Life is a journey full of surprises.
Welcome back to Tale by Amir, where real-life stories meet unexpected twists. If you enjoy stories that touch your heart and leave you thinking, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay until the end, because this one, well, it's about family, respect, and a little bit of sweet revenge. This is my story. My name is Margaret, I'm 67 years old, and I've always been a patient woman. My late husband, God rest his soul, used to call me the calm before the storm. I suppose that's still true, because when I do get angry, it's not the yelling kind of anger. It's quiet, deliberate, and, as my daughter-in-law would find out, unstoppable. It all started when my son, Daniel, told me he was getting married. I was thrilled. Daniel had been a late bloomer, always focused on work, shy around women. So when he introduced me to Emily, this beautiful, confident young woman with a perfect smile and soft-spoken manners, I thought, finally, my son's found someone. The wedding was lovely. Simple, elegant, and full of laughter. I remember holding Emily's hands and telling her, "Welcome to the family, sweetheart. My home is your home now." Oh, if only I had known how literally she'd take that later. After the wedding, the newlyweds rented an apartment in the city. Everything seemed fine. We visited occasionally, shared dinners, exchanged gifts. But then, life happened. Daniel lost his job, and Emily's workplace was cutting hours. They struggled to pay rent, and Daniel called me one evening, hesitant. "Mom," he said softly, "we're having a hard time. Do you think we could stay with you for a while? Just until we get back on our feet?" I didn't even hesitate. "Of course, darling. This is your home too." I meant it. I've always believed family should support each other. I even started preparing the guest room. I dusted it, changed the linens, and made sure the bathroom was sparkling. I wanted them to feel comfortable. When they arrived, Emily looked around my home with a sort of assessing gaze. You know, the kind, eyes scanning everything like she was mentally redecorating. "Your house is so cozy," she said, though her tone had a hint of pity. "Very old-fashioned, but charming." I laughed it off. "It's been my home for 35 years, I told her proudly. Daniel hugged me, thanking me over and over, and for the first week, things were fine. We had dinners together, watched movies, even baked cookies one Sunday. But slowly, things started to shift. It began with little comments. Emily would say things like, "Margaret, you could really update this kitchen, maybe open up the wall to make it more modern," or, "Have you thought about repainting the living room? Beige is so outdated." I'd smile politely and change the subject. After all, it was just talk. Or so I thought. Then she started rearranging things, moving my furniture around without asking, replacing my floral curtains with sheer white ones she bought online, even putting up some of her framed photos where mine used to be. One afternoon, I came home from grocery shopping to find my dining table covered with her things, makeup, skincare products, hair accessories, as if the place were her dressing room. "Emily," I said gently, "would you mind keeping your things in your room?" She looked at me with that same polite smile. "Oh, Margaret, I just needed the light from this window." "You don't mind, do you?" I did. But I bit my tongue. The real issue began about a month later. Daniel was at a job interview, and I was out tending to my garden. When I came back inside, I heard noises upstairs. I thought they were maybe cleaning or rearranging their room. But then I walked into my bedroom, my own private sanctuary, and I froze. Emily was standing there, with her arms crossed, while two men movers, apparently, were carrying my dresser out of the room. "What on earth is going on?" I demanded. "Oh, Margaret," she said brightly, "we were just moving some things around. Daniel and I thought it'd be better if we took this room." I blinked. "You're taking my room?" "Yes," she said, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. "It's the biggest room, and honestly, it makes sense. You don't need that much space, and we're a couple. We need privacy and room for our things. You can take the guest room, it's smaller, cozier." I felt my heart pounding. "Emily, this is my home. My bedroom. She gave me that condescending smile again. "Margaret, it's our home now. You said so yourself." At that moment, Daniel walked in. I turned to him, expecting him to stop this madness. But he looked uncomfortable, guilty even. "Mom," he began, "it's just temporary. You said we could make ourselves at home, and Emily feels." "Feels what?" I interrupted. "That she can just take over my house?" "Mom, please," he sighed. "Don't make a big deal out of this." "Oh, I'm sure I will," I replied with a smile that she didn't quite understand. Then came the big day. Daniel had just accepted a new job offer, and Emily wanted to celebrate. They invited a few friends over. The house was full of laughter and music. I stayed mostly in the background, quietly observing. When the guests left and the dishes were cleared, I called them both into the living room. "Daniel, Emily," I began softly, "I wanted to congratulate you. I'm truly happy for you both. But I've also made a decision." Emily smiled. "Oh? What kind of decision?" "Well," I said, "you two seem to love this house so much. You've made it your home, after all. So I've decided to sell it." The smile froze on her face. "Sell it?" "Yes," I said pleasantly. "I've already signed the papers. The new owners move in next month." Daniel looked shocked. "Mom, what are you talking about? You can't just sell the house." "Oh, but I can," I said, handing him the paperwork. "It's mine, remember?" Emily's face went pale. "Where will we live?" "Oh, don't worry," I said, pretending to think. "I've already made arrangements for myself. I bought a small cottage near the coast. Peaceful, quiet. Perfect for retirement. You too, well. I'm sure you'll figure something out. After all, you're young and resourceful." Daniel was speechless. Emily tried to argue. "You can't just throw us out. We've been living here rent-free," I reminded her. "And now that I'm moving, I'm sure you can find a place that suits your taste better." Daniel pleaded, but I was firm. I told them the sale was final and that I'd already set a move-out date. I gave them 2 weeks. The next days were full of tension. Emily sulked and whispered behind closed doors, while Daniel avoided me. I carried on as usual, humming as I packed my things. The morning I left, Daniel came out to help me load the last box into the car. He looked ashamed.